We put together a list of the top 5 storylines of the 2025 season to say goodbye to that year. Of course, we're just ahead of the playoffs, some huge games in week 18. But at number 5, as far as like things that got me going, things that turned me on in 2025, it's the Denver Broncos, okay? And the season they had, which is still somehow going overlooked. I don't understand. More specifically, just the way that Coach Sean Payton called his shot. Nothing better. All preseason, all offseason, all training camp, coming into the year. This is a Super Bowl team. He spoke so vulnerably, confidently, openly about how he felt about this team, what he felt about this team, what this team's capable of. We don't really see coaches do that, and then you grab the 1 seed, which they're all but going to get unless they fall asleep during the game on Sunday against the Chargers, who will be resting their starters, of course. If you need a reminder, here's just a little taste of my convo with him back in August at Broncos camp. This team is giving you these contender vibes, right? That you've had 6 other teams before. This is the 7th roster where you're like, they've got it.
They have a chance at it.
They have a chance at it. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. They have a chance at it. Okay, you decide where you want that Lombardi when all is said and done. I just love that. I feel like you're not giving me like the glare when I'm saying you're a contender. You're not.
I'm comfortable
it's
with
okay.
that.
You're comfortable with it. Let's go. If you watch me and you hear me like stuttering, I'm not comfortable with it because I wanted to give him the opportunity. This is in August to walk back or like, do you know what you're saying? You know what you're saying. You're putting a target on your own back. Don't do this to yourself, Sean. I was a believer. We know that. I'm a disciple of Sean Payton. We know that. However, I was a little nervous for him. I wanted him to say it. And then when he said, no, I'm comfortable with that, I was like, foot in my mouth. I don't quite know what to say. But I should have just shut up and blindly loved what he was saying because this team is the contender. They looked like it back then. They looked like a 1 seed bound team with that defense. They take the AFC West from the Chiefs. We don't know if they're going to give it back. They have a quarterback on a rookie contract and they're closing in on this bye. I still somehow think they're underrated. They're underdogs at home multiple times. You know that gets that lunatic going. Bo, Nick Bonito, the O-line so under. If you think best O-line, you were to go down Sunset Boulevard here in LA and ask 90 people, 85 of them are not saying, oh, the Broncos O-line's the best. They're still saying Eagles. They're saying everybody but the Broncos. I don't know. I don't think they've gotten the credit that they deserve. The job isn't done. And I will also say Coach Sean Payton deserves love in the Coach of the Year conversation that he never gets. And from what he's done in taking this team, turning it around, and what he's built and what he continues to build physically there on property and for the fans around the world is really, really impressive. So that's one of my favorite storylines. And number 4, okay, it's the gutsy way that Coach Mike McDonald and GM John Schneider have put together the Seahawks into a Super Bowl contender for years to come, ? It's very easy to forget the way that the season has gone, right? But they've made bold move after bold move. Take a look at this, right? Let's not all act like the Darnold signing was a no-brainer in hindsight. There was a lot of risk. There was so much negativity around the decision to move Geno. Geno's great. Geno's tough. He had a great year. To have the balls to say, nope, we love you, but you're not maybe the best we can do for us, the best fit. The way things ended in Minnesota, taking the risk of bringing Sam in for these big games, which at first was like, oh no, what are we going to do? That Rams game. And it's so vindicating, but we shouldn't forget that it was not a no-brainer. I mean, it could not have been easy if you're Schneider at your desk. I can't imagine. Mahogany desk, books, family photo albums, whatever. And you're like, man, I'm going to trade away a perennial 1,000-yard receiver in DK Metcalf. That's what I'm going to do because I believe that this rookie JSN is going to ascend. That's not easy to put the faith in Ernest Jones, the big extension, DeMarcus Lawrence, huge play after huge play after huge play. They drafted 2 of the league's most impactful rookies back in April. And then they were like, no, our balls are actually so big that we're going to also at the deadline, at the buzzer, bring in the speedster, Rashid Shaheed, who's a game changer. So I don't know if any team has faced tougher decisions in the year 2025, and every single choice has worked out. And number 3 on my top 5 storylines of the NFL season in 2025, it's Drake Mania. People think I hate him for some reason because I think it should be neck and neck with Stafford. We'll get Gronk's opinion on that. But Drake Mania has been amazing. I remember the day I met him. I was in the back of a car. I pulled over to interview him. He could not have been more kind. It was before he was even drafted. I caught up with him. It was my first training camp stop. Hanging out with Drake May, how he built chemistry, his poise, the owner of the team who ushered in 20 years of Tom Brady, telling me that he has his quarterback. I just blindly believed that. I did when Kraft said that. He wouldn't say that if he didn't believe it. And this MVP debate has really kicked things into gear. And this is one of the great breakout seasons that we've seen from a young quarterback. What a storyline. The numbers are bananas. Being the most accurate, the most efficient passer in the league at just 23 years old while letting it rip the way he does. It's sort of unbelievable. And he's obviously eye candy, popcorn, fun to watch. But I think the most impressive thing has been the consistency. And everyone says poise. I think it's consistency because that's the hardest thing to achieve in any sport. He hasn't had a stinker all year. So all of you saying he should get the MVP, he didn't throw 3 interceptions. You're not like, that's a fine argument. You know what you're getting out of him week in, week out. It's hard to do and super rare for a young quarterback. I can only think of one mistake he made. He threw an interception against the Bucs. It's like the only time I've ever looked up at the TV when he did something like a human. As a young quarterback, that's crazy. And the biggest reason the Pats have a chance to win it all. Okay, at number 2 on my list, let's get through these. We have Gronk on the show, Josh Pates on the show. The second best storyline of the 2025 season is the San Francisco 49ers getting set to play for the 1 seed in a season where no one has talked about them. No one's had any excitement or expectation. And maybe that's valid because nothing has gone according to plan, which makes it a great storyline. I don't know if I've ever seen a team miss so many key players and keep winning. I'm trying to think of one. I can't think of one. They've had their starting quarterback out, 2 all-pro defensive players out, their Hall of Fame tight end out, their wide receiver 1, their replacement wide receiver 1, their first-round pick all miss at least half the season, and they still are in position to win home field and make a run at a Super Bowl in their backyard, which is so sexy that we've seen it so many times now. Rams, Buccaneers with Brady, and now maybe, the Brock Purdy, very Purdy Niners. I'd love to see it. Ultimate credit to Kyle Shanahan. So underrated. Huge credit to Brock Purdy, of course, undefeated, 6-0 after coming back, and Christian McCaffrey's really put the team on his back. And I can't wait to see what happens Saturday. Okay. What's your best storyline of the year? Let me know at Up and Adam Show. Here is number 1, according to me. It can't be anything but the NFC North champion Chicago Bears. I was looking at pictures of going to training camp and being so intimidated by Ben Johnson and just knowing that he was going to turn it around. And I'm not surprised with where they are. I am not surprised. And the impact of the coach cannot be understated with culture and all of that. But the reason that they're number 1 and the story, it's all Caleb Williams all of the time. I love him. I love his confidence. He's a little bit petty at the right times. He's perfectly petty. That's how I can put it. Like Petty Murphy at the right time. And he gets better every week. Even last week in a loss, he got better. And I think that'll make him better. There's these big moments out of him where they bring out his absolute best. The excitement he brings to my family, to people in Chicago, to businesses in the cold. What he has done to reinvigorate this sports town has been... It's just like a resurrection. It's unbelievable. And I feel the same way that I feel when I watch Caleb, that I feel watching Mahomes, that I felt watching Tom, Josh Allen at times, just magic, Lamar. When they go to work, you're just it's magic. It's beautiful. And you never feel like a play is dead. And every time he drops back, you're just waiting for something spectacular to happen. And what he doesn't get enough credit for, I might say, and as a storyline that we should take into 2026, he really takes care of the football. 3rd best touchdown to interception ratio in the league this year. Doesn't get enough love for that. I love him for that. There's just joy. I think sports should be about pure joy and humanity. And also, I got to say, just changing narratives or preconceived notions or low-hanging fruit of people being carrying themselves differently. And he has just told everyone, F you with his play. He has said nothing. It's his play and that team around him. And I couldn't love him more. So Hamilton, I'm literally... It's like a love letter to Caleb. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Yeah. I think he knows I love him. I think my whole family loves him. He can get free pierogies at the crib whenever he wants on the northwest side of Chicago. And I will say that playoff game, if it all works out how I have crafted it, it's the Packers and them at Soldier Field, hopefully Saturday. Please be Saturday. And then, because it could be Saturday, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going. I'm not going to sit outside though. So I don't know how we figure. You'd be shocked to know that I've been to like one Bears game in my life. I know it's not shocking to Chicago fans, I'm sure. But I would like to be at Soldier Field. I think Adam and I need to go together. Don't you think? Me and my brother, that sounds like
Absolutely.
something.
Is he going to make you wear a cheese grater?
My brother snuck in an actual cheese grater, which how do you get that past security? I don't know. I can't even bring a pen in, thank God, because I don't like my brother brought in a real cheese grater at one point before, like this is like 10 years ago. I don't know. I got questions, but if you ever met my brother, you kind of don't have questions about how he was able to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a short break here. Those are my storylines. Let's take a look at them as we go to break. I think we have a little bit of a full screen. There you have it. What's yours? Which one matters most in 2026? Who wins the Super Bowl? Let us know.